Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Dungeon Meshi episode number 14 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, things went in a very wrong direction. Like, literally the episode before that everyone was like, oh, like, Falin is back, it's all well and good. And then bam, the previous episode, yeah, that elf, I don't know his name, that elf came in and he it turns out the dragon was actually someone that was sent by him to find the king. And since Fallin has like the dragon's blood and the flesh in her now, she can directly be controlled by that elf, I'm guessing. And like, yeah, we tried to help Fallin, but it wasn't of any use. And like, our group almost died. Marcel helped out a lot for our survival. She literally was the reason why everyone survived. And yeah, things are not looking good. And then we met those orcs, and that guy's sister, I think. And Chilchak was like, "We need to get out of here. We cannot continue it like this." Tried to convince Laios in the end, and he did get convinced. And now we're going back. But yeah, like, it's crazy. And another big thing that we got to know is that the elf is actually the crazy wizard that we have always been hearing about. And yeah, so all that stuff has happened. So let's see what happens today in this one. Episode 14, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference. And let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, new opening, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Laios collecting his ingredients. Bruh, everyone has their. Then she's just. Wait, is that wolf? Whoa, what is happening? Okay. Bro, the wizard is just dancing around with the king. Wow, this is. Yo, the opening is so happy and everything, and then we go to the main show. Like, it has its happy moments, like, obviously, most of the show is happy. But then the past couple of episodes is literally just, stress. Damn. Hey, yo, Marcel is dying. A little earlier. Oh, this guy. Oh yeah, he got knocked out by those by the mermaids, I think. Yeah. Hmm. Laios. Oh yeah, he can sniff them out. Yup, there you go. Well, they saved you, and they were not the ones who took your treasure. The goat. Oh yeah, because of the resurrection. Bro, these guys always get attacked like this, get knocked out, or die. Hmm. Okay, so these guys are back again in the dungeon. Yeah. Oh my god. Uh, Okay. Bro, this saved you. What is wrong with these people? Like, you would have been fish food or whatever. Hmm. Okay, that's his name, Kabaru. Okay. Well, it happens sometimes. Oh no, are they again going to get. Oh no. This is. Okay, great. That is fantastic. Yeah. Oh, it's illusions. It's his teammates. It's like messing with the head. Yeah, it's messing with their head. They're seeing each other as. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Rin. Yeah, she's a sorcerer. Bruh. Whoa. Hey. What? Okay, I wasn't expecting that though. You could have literally done anything. Like I don't know. Like. Right. Okay, I wasn't expecting that at all. Damn. Oh. That one? Yeah. He's like, oh no. Oh no. Okay. Is it. Did it work? I think so. Oh my god. Little. Yeah, those guys. Give me all your money now. Yeah, give me your money. They followed him. Yeah, that's why they did this. Why are you so cocky? Okay, right. I don't think they care enough for that. Deal. No. Okay, really? Yeah, alright. Piss off. Piss off. Yeah, this guy needs to go. Yeah, like go and stab him. Go and stab him. I feel like he's going to do that. Come on, do it. Yeah, come on. No, not. I'm pretty sure he's going. Yeah, come on. Attack him. Yep, there you go. Deserved. Little piece of. Yeah, none of you deserve to live here. Like, these people are willing to do these things here, so, you cannot complain if they get the taste of their own medicine. Throat? That is true. Like, fighting monsters is like it's against humans, especially people like them who literally resort to trickery. Hmm. She's just grabbing. Well, tch. Oh yeah, that that's what it seemed like at that point. Oh god. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I guess. So, yo, today it's these people's food. Usually it's like Elias and his group. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. Oh, right. Hmm. Yeah, that is true. The elves will come then. Yes, those people that, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, okay. I see. Yep. This is Marcel's hair. Okay. Yeah. What? Oh. Okay. So he knows them? I guess Toad and yeah, he's right. Yeah, but this is someone else. Okay. Okay, yeah, he is putting it together. Yep. Yeah. Wow, he like literally put everything together based on just based on a few, like information. Yeah. Ah. And eating monsters. Yeah. Well, a new party member. Yeah, there you go. Still Chuck is there. Easterner. Yep. Chill Chuck. Yeah. Yep. He is on. He's correct. He's 100% correct. Pretty well known. Arms dealer. Oh. Ah. Right. Hmm. Okay. Damn. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Wow. Right. You're the one to talk. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Like. Okay. Hmm. You're this. Okay. Hmm. No. Like deducing everything. Yeah. What? Right. Gold piece. Oh. Okay. Right. I shall bestow everything to. Interesting. Interesting. I like this was like that orc also talked about this. Like when he talked to Laios about being more. Yeah, I'll talk about this later. Oh no, you just triggered a flag literally. What the hell? Dude. Oh my, there's a freaking. There's a snake or something. Oh my god. Bro, he literally triggered a death flag before leaving. Oh no. Oh no. I feel like this is not going to work. Yeah. Who is this? What? What? New people? Is that an. Oh, that's Shuro, isn't it? Whoa! Well, he looks a lot different. Young Ma. What the hell is happening here? Yeah, that is Shuro. Okay. So wait, so he's some kind of a like a lord or something of a. So these people are like his retainers or something. Damn, he's right. He put it together from there. What the hell? What is his face? Hey yo, his face! Hey yo, these people. Bro. Oh no. Great, that is fantastic. Oh, new ending, alright. Damn, so Shuro has been trying to find her for so. Okay, these are new characters I'm seeing. Right. Okay. Okay. And that is it. That is it for today. All right, that was today's episode then. This was episode 14. Interesting. Few things happens today. We don't really get to see much of Laios and his group. However, we do get to hear more about that other guy. What's his name? Kabaru or something? Yeah, I think that was his name. We get to know a lot about them, what's going on with them, and like how they, after coming back, after getting resurrected, how they sat down and how Kabaru literally deduced what has happened to Laios's party. Thoden siblings, I think that's what he calls them. Okay, so they're like their last name is Thoden, so Laios Thoden and Falin Thoden. That's what I'm assuming. Okay, so yeah, so he literally sat down and he just deduced everything from the little information that we had, and like he's correct. He's like 100% correct now that I'm thinking about it. By the end, especially because before they met Shuro, he was there was only one confusion he had, which was that which one of the siblings are missing, or was it Shuro who is the one who is in their party, and the Toden siblings are the ones who left? Because like he could deduce everything else, but he wasn't able to deduce who the tall man was. So he was like, which one of the siblings is it? Or is it even the siblings? It might be Shuro. So that was the only confusion he had. But then when he saw Shuro, he put everything together then and there. He was like, yep, so now I understand. Since he's trying to find a girl, that would mean the, Falin is missing. And, he literally put everything together from that final information. And yeah, like, it was impressive actually. Like, like being able to deduce all of that from like small little information here and there. And okay, so that was basically today's episode. And interesting, now here's another thing that I want to talk about. Shuro. So Shuro has been, like, I don't understand one thing. um like, you can see that he is like trying to find Falin out, and he's, like, and we kind of knew that before because I think Namari said something, or was it Namari? I think, yeah, said something like he's trying to find Falin in his own way, or something like that Namari said. So we did know that before, but I don't understand one thing. Like, if his main goal was to find Falin, why did he leave the party? Like, we can see all these people with him who are helping him out. You know, couldn't he just bring them in along with Laios's party and then go together? Like, wouldn't that have made like a better, uh, like a, wouldn't it make it better to find Falin out like that, because it would make it more efficient? I'm guessing there must be some kind of a circumstance like that is why he's doing this alone. Not technically alone, because he does have those people with him. But yeah, okay. One thing I just realized: every single character with, yeah. First of all, you can see there are three ninjas. I think I'm pretty sure those are ninjas. Those three. Then we have this one um Oni? No, I'm not really sure who that's that big girl. Um, uh, yeah, it's probably Oni. She has two horns, so I'm guessing she's an Oni. Then we have this one lady who's like with him, trying to feed him stuff, and he's like, "Oh no, I don't want to eat." That lady, she is wearing a dress which I'm guessing that's like a Shine Maiden outfit, something like that. So she's a Miko. I'm not really sure. I'm just guessing at this point. So that's his whole route, which is interesting because they called him. Wait a minute. I think, what did she call him? Shuro-sama? Just a minute. Wait a minute, let me check. No, Bachchan. Okay, there you go. So yeah, so he is like, he's probably from, like, I don't know, like a very prestigious, maybe like some kind of a family. When uh, like in from his place, and he's like one of the, I'm guessing, like one of the nobles, like like since they call him Bochan, a young master. So yeah, so that, and the fact that he's like a samurai, it makes me think he's like some kind of a, like I said, like some kind of a, like the kid of like a noble or something, and he probably has all these retainers with him, and I'm guessing he probably wanted to find Fallen out, and these people have followed him, no, to help him out or something. But like I said, I don't understand why he had to leave Laios's group for that. It's probably some kind of circumstances that we'll get to know later. But for now, yeah, that's what it is. So he's like from a well-off family, back in his place, and he has all these people like, and the fact that he has ninjas with him is kind of interesting. So because that means, like, like, yeah, he's probably from like a uh, the, like, we've seen stuff like this. At least we've seen a lot of stuff like this in anime, where there's like, like a family, like a noble family in Japan, and they have like samurais, ninjas that are like, that have been employed to, like, help them out, like be their bodyguards and stuff, and that type of a situation, I'm guessing. So he's the kid of one of those families, and these ninjas are like her retainers, and we have this lady, the shrine maiden, who's probably his caretaker or something, and yeah, that's what's going on. And he's here. Yep, that's what's going on. Interesting. So, right, and you can see Shuro himself is very strong. He literally one-shotted that thing that everyone here in Kaburu's group was struggling to go against. He literally one-shotted them. I guess he did have help. Those ninjas did help him, but still, the fact that he was able to just one slice it, just shows how strong he is. Right, and there you go. And you can see he has changed a lot. His face has completely sunken. You can see he has like a little scrubby, like, face, like beard and everything, and he looks so different here. He looks so different from the picture that we are seeing in the opening songs. Yeah, so you can see how much he's just struggling, you know. And this part is so funny. The ending scene. What's his name? Kuro, wasn't it? That kobold. The face that he's making, I cannot stop laughing at this scene. The face in the end that he's making, like, yeah, the person with him, he or she, I don't know if that's a girl or a boy, they're like, don't make that face, it's frightening. It's not frightening, it's hilarious. I cannot, I'm looking at his face and I'm just like, what type of face is I don't know why, but that tickled me so much. The way he's just growling and just growling at this person. Wait, is this a cat? I think so. That's why he's growling. I think he has two little. This person has two little cat ears. I can see here. The the outfit, the ninja outfit. It has two little protrudings here. I'm okay. So it's probably like a cat person or something. And that's why Kuro is scowling at, like, at them, because it's cat, probably a cat, that's why. I don't know why this scene made me laugh out loud so much. I just cannot. The face that Kuro is making is just so funny. Right. Anyways. Good God. Okay, enough of that. Right, so that was what happened today. Also, another thing we got to see, this group, Kaburu's group, he like you can see that he struggles with monsters because that's literally what has been happening from the very beginning. He's going in and then like getting attacked by these monsters and somehow dying and getting knocked out. And every single time Lys's party comes across them and saves them, and something happens. The first time they like essentially literally threw away his treasure, thinking those were those like yeah, that's what happened. And then here later on they took their food and provisions, so they have a very like not a good impression of them, but they are saving him, to be honest, like to be fair. So yeah, because as we saw, like that guy said, the one with Namari, he said that you should thank those people that saved you, otherwise you would have been fish food. So yeah. Anyways, so we can see their group struggles with monsters, but as you can see later on, Kabru kind of says that it's easier to kill humans because as we saw, he was very easily able to take care of those humans. Like, yeah. So, but against monsters, it doesn't work like that. So that's why like they struggle with monsters, but against humans, they're pretty damn strong. And yeah, and you can see that he what can I say, he's an interesting character because I'm still not sure what to feel about him, but he what can I say, like you can see that his goal is actually a good goal where he's like like trying to lift the curse of the dungeon, because like otherwise things are going to go in a bad direction, like as we are seeing, like what is happening. So it's a good goal. And yeah, but I don't know, I feel like, okay, first of all, I'm just going to go back to that part where he says that I want to where is that part where he says that I want to uh, okay, wait a minute, let me go to that part where it says that I want to kind of like, here we go. From a very long time now, I've been itching to see the true colors revealed. Here we go. And then he says that, okay, it's not like they're wrong. In the past, liars apparently made a fortune in gold peeling crew. Now, I remember, like, in one of the previous episodes, they mentioned how, like, there was literally, like, a golden, like, the castle was, like, golden. That's why there was literally, like, for a moment of time, there were people literally going in the dungeon to peel off the gold. And yeah, so Lions made a fortune in gold peeling. Okay, but he was sharing most of his earnings with comrades who couldn't enter the dungeon due to illness or injury. Okay. So they're like, oh, that's a good thing. But he's like, no, it sounds good, but there's more to it. So his comrades had long recovered but kept taking the money. In the end, they never returned to adventuring and now peddle smuggled goods on the islands. Okay. I shall bestow everything to whoever defeats the lord of the dungeon. That's what some king-like feature of this country supposedly said. True. Regardless of whether or you could truly obtain everything or not. Dungeon itself is a legacy left by the ancient elves. I'm sure it holds significant power, yeah. That's why I don't think it should fall into the hands of those siblings. They're not saints. They're indifferent to people. Okay, yeah. So that's basically what he's saying. So, like I said, this is a very interesting conversation that he has. So what he's saying is that the fact that he helped those guys out without even checking if they are being honest or not. Those guys who probably told him that, oh, what, I cannot do it because I'm injured. And that's why Laios gave most of his earnings to that person. However, they were already recovered and they were just, telling him lies. And now they have like, they're not adventuring anymore, they just become smugglers. That's what's happening. So stuff like this happened because Laios' indifference to people not only Laius but Falin's as well, indifference to people. Like he wasn't even bothered to check whether like what he was doing was it something correct that he was doing, but like, or was it something that he shouldn't have done? Because he's indifferent to people, he didn't even try to check the authenticity of the person that he was helping. So that's why Kabru is saying that if somehow, like the Todin siblings are able to get something big from this dungeon, like it doesn't matter, like what it is. Like it can be everything, it can be little things that they get from here, But the fact is that if they get something like that, they're going to repeat this thing that they did before, and like the stuff that they get might fall into wrong hands, and Lars will probably repeat this mistake because of his indifference to people. And that's why Kabru is like, I don't want people like that making the situation even worse, like because of his actions, like because of his actions, something in the future, like like as we saw that guy, he literally became a smuggler, like consequences like that might happen literally because Laius and Falin is indifferent to people, and like they might repeat this in the future. So it's not that he's saying that these people are like the Todin siblings are selfish or they are like bad people. No, they are not bad people. What he's saying is that their actions and their indifference to people is what makes it so dangerous for them to have so much power. If they're able to get the treasure or if they're able to get the legacy of the dungeon or something like that, if happens. I remember that orc saying the same thing, if you remember one of the previous episode, where he asked Laius, like, if like since you're here in the dungeon, as the king has said, that the one who is able to like I'll bestow everything to that person who's able to conquer this place. I think wait, what was that exact thing? There we go. I shall bestow everything to whoever defeats the lord of the dungeon. Yeah, this word. So the fact that something like this has been said, and Laius is in the dungeon, like their goal isn't to defeat the lord of the dungeon, but they are trying to save Falin. So the fact that they're here, it might happen, like someday that Laius defeats whoever is the lord of the dungeon. Then he will literally like get everything. He'll get everything in this place. And that's why the orc said the fact that you don't even think about that is a problematic. You should think about this, because it'll be too late once you get everything. And if you get everything, what will you do then? Like, do you have any plans on how to, like, of what the future will hold after that? And that is what Kabru is saying here as well. If he's able to get something like, if he somehow comes in possession of something like this, like he literally gets the dungeon, his actions after that might make some consequences which is pretty bad because of his indifference to people. So I can understand what he's saying, but then again, like, I don't appreciate the fact that he is assuming so many things without even knowing them properly. It makes me feel like Kabru has a bit of a what do you call that, like a like his attitude is very like like as if like he's looking down on others, that kind of attitude. I don't know, like like that's what it made me think, at least. So I do understand that what Kabru is saying is actually true. It is a very valid point, but the fact that he literally assumed all of that, like he didn't assume it, he did like like see the whole thing happening, so he knows what has happened. But still, the fact that without even knowing the Todin siblings personally, he's like like judging them like this doesn't really sit well with me. I don't know, it seems as if like people are talking behind your back without even knowing what type of a person you are. But he is correct though, that I can agree with. But I don't know. I don't like his attitude a little bit, at least at this point, in this section. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty neutral on him. But yeah, he's an interesting character though. You know that kind of thing. There you go. And I don't know. I feel like, you know what? Let's wait and see. I feel like I might like change my mind on him later on. But his I don't know, his attitude is a bit, like a bit snarky type of an attitude he has. Like, I'm not really comfortable with characters like that in anime who has this weird snarky type of attitude. Like as if, oh, I know everything, and like, yeah. Um but there's one good thing, that is that he has the abilities to back that up. As we saw, he literally deduced the whole thing. So he does have that ability to back up his snarky attitude. But still, it's a bit weird, and I'm not really comfortable with characters like this. But like I said, I might warm up to him in the future. Who knows? This is barely the first episode we get to see and know about him properly. Up until now, we just seen him, like in little sections, and that's it. This was the first episode we properly get to know him and his party. But yeah, let's wait and see. For now, at least, I'm not a big fan of him. Anyways, okay, and then like as we saw in the end, the whole Shuro section. So there you go. And yeah, that was today's episode. Let's see what happens in the next one. And yeah, okay, so I'm going to talk about this episode now, scene by scene, in case I missed something. Right, the very first part of this episode, we can see Laios and his group are like hugging when Marcel is dying. And then we have Kaburu being like resurrected by this dude. I always forget this guy's name, the employer of Namari. Anyways, whatever his name is, he wakes him up, and you can see everyone else has also woken up, and they're like, oh, they took our food provisions and everything. And they like, the Kuro kind of smells, and he's like, oh, this is, like, I know this scent. It's them. So while all of this is happening, that dude, he's like, okay, give me my money. I resurrected you, so yeah, the charge for that. So he says, at least pay for the goat. So yeah, I'm guessing they brought goats with them in case something like this happens. People need to be resurrected, and they needed the goat meat and the flesh with blood to probably resurrect them. That's why the goat. So there you go. Now here we can see what happened was they were attacked by those fishmen, and they got defeated. Kaburu sees Namari, and you can see this is the part from where his brain starts working. Little by little he puts everything together. The fact that he saw Namari over there, he probably thought, wait a minute, isn't Namari supposed to be with the Toden siblings? Why is she here? And that is where he probably realized like something has happened to their group. And yeah, this is where he starts putting everything together little by little. As you can see, he looks at Namari, and Namari's like what? What's wrong? And he's like, oh no, nothing. So they leave over there, and okay, I can see the whole wait, she's okay. First of all, Rin here, I could understand if she's an elf, but she says like, you're making eyes at a dwarf, you have no standard. Okay, like I said, if she was an elf, I could understand. Like, elves and dwarves literally are at each other's throats all the time. Dwarves like insult elf every single time they look at them. So does elves. They have this very fierce like clash going on with each other in every single anime that I've seen. Elves and dwarves always at each other's throats. So I could understand if she's an elf, and if she said something like that against a dwarf, I'd be like, oh, just yeah, literally what they. She's a human, isn't she? Yeah, she's a tall man. So I was baffled at the way she said that. Like, how she's like, you don't have any standards. I'm like, what? Good God. Right. Anyways, and Kaoru says, well, I've never picked my friends based on how tall they are. Right. Okay, so then we get to know that their provisions are gone, all that stuff, and So Kabru's like, let's go back. We don't have enough stuff for us, so we cannot push on. And you can see how these all of them are so they're like, oh, I don't, how dare they? First they take our treasure, now they take our food, and I'm like, come on, man, like what? Why? Like you literally heard the man say that if they didn't save you guys, you would have been you would have been in a very deep trouble. Like provisions and treasure would be the least of your worries now if Laios's group didn't put the ghost warding spell on you and didn't pull you back out from there. You know. And not only this time, the first time as well, they literally saved you guys. And you're complaining about stuff like this. Like what? Right, whatever. Yeah. And Kabru kind of says that, literally says that oh, we should be thankful that we're alive at least. But I don't know, I just their part is weird. Like they have this weird what can I say? Like I said, I might get warm. I might warm up to them later eventually, but like every single character in their group, like yeah, the kind of like they have this sense of superiority, like type of thing on them, which I don't really like. Um, but you know what? Let's wait for it. This is barely the first episode we met them. Okay, so after that, especially this person, I don't know if this is a girl or a boy, Migbel. Like he or she, yeah, very nasty attitude, man. Like, anyways, whatever. You know what? Let's move on. And then we we move forward, and yeah, suddenly the fog starts setting in, and they realize that they are being attacked by these fish people, and Kabru immediately realizes that, oh, this is probably an illusion, and he stops them first. And first she stops that girl, that dwarf girl, I forgot her name. Then he goes and he kind of sees everyone, and he's like, oh, this is this person, this is that person. And then he goes towards Rin, because Rin would be the most problematic one. She's a magic user. You can literally blow them all up. So he goes, and to stop Rin, he literally kissed her. I wasn't expecting this though. Like I was thinking he would probably put his hand, on top of her mouth or something, somehow stop her from like chanting the spell some way or the other. Not like that though. Either way, right. And then in the end, okay, he gets the one who was casting the spell. He gets him. And then we have these people come in. Okay, these people are actual scum. These guys, they are actual scum. Like, yeah, they deserve no mercy. As you can see, Kabru actually did, gave them what they deserved. Like, so their plan was basically, okay, Kabru deduces that their plan was to follow them, and the fact that they were resurrected before made you guys angsty, and resorted to extreme measures, use magic to make us turn on each other. And he's like, no, not quite right. Actually, it would have been ideal if you got caught up with your thieves and fought with them and killed each other. So Laios's group. But that didn't happen. Yeah, and you'd taken up by, okay, so all that stuff he's saying. So basically that was the whole thing. So like I said, these people were actual scum. Like the fact that after doing this and getting caught red-handed, this guy still was acting like as if he's done nothing wrong and acting like that. And then when they were like, oh, we're going to report this, and and he's like, oh, there's no need for that. Let's make a deal. These two people, you can retrieve their corpses and make a lot of money off of that. So yeah, there you go. Kabru says, but they're not dead. And he's like, okay, then kill them now, and gives him the trident. Okay, so here we go. Like I said, yeah, like this freaking guy is such a piece of piece of crap. Imagine, like, like doing something like that to your own allies, and like acting as if nothing happened, and being that, um I don't know, like being that shameless about it. So yeah, he gives him the trident and he's like, go ahead. And Kabru was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to just do that. So he goes there, pretends that he's going to stab him, but stabs the guy instead. And like I said, well deserved. You get what you deserve. You want to, do something like this coming, you're going to get the exact thing back, to you. And Kabru says that, you know what? It's so easier to defeat humans, like, unlike monsters. Right. So after that, he kills the final guy as well, the guy who was using the magic spell. And yeah, and he says, like, people like you, I cannot forgive you. Um, okay, here we go. You don't care about breaking the curse on the dungeon or exterminating monsters. More and more people are making a quick buck by robbing others. This way, decent people will leave the island. That's why I cannot forgive people like you, and there you go. And yeah, that was that. Now there's one thing I don't understand here. They killed them and then they threw them on the water. So I'm not 100% sure if they are like actually dead because like like I said, the fact that they threw them in the water, now I'm pretty sure a lot of monsters will come in and probably eat them. And I doubt their bodies can be recovered. So I'm guessing they're dead, not dead and be resurrected back. I'm guessing they're dead, like actually dead. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure about this, but either way, like there was that. Okay, so then Kaworu talks about the state of the dungeon. He talks about how, since a lot of these places have been, like already explored, a lot of people are not coming. Like that sense of adventure, the treasure, since it's lacking because a lot of people has already gone through all of that. Nobody's like coming here because it doesn't excite the adventurous spirit. Fewer and fewer people will be here. Monsters will spill out from the dungeon, attack the citizens, and that's why he's like, we must lift the curse of the dungeon quickly. There's no room for monsters or dungeons in this world. So yeah, like I said, I like his motivation, what he's trying to do. I like that, and it is true. He has a point. Like, more dungeons will come to the surface if not for people like Senshi, who's trying to contain the equilibrium of the dungeon. Things would have gone bad way, like, earlier, because as we saw, people literally comes inside the dungeon and just kills and loots everything. So the fact that they don't even think about what might happen if the balance gets disrupted and monsters start pouring out outside is concerning. And the fact that they literally hunted down all the golems who are like on like the middle layers, I think, and the lower monsters cannot come up because of them. As we saw in that episode, Senshi's kind of, kind of making sure that they're okay, so that their numbers doesn't go any lower. If it goes lower, it'll be problem. The lower monsters will come up. So like, if not for people like Senshi, this place would have been just, yeah, things would have been bad. And that is what Kaboru is trying to do. He's trying to actually lift the curse of the dungeon and make sure that the dungeon goes away. There's no need for dungeons, and like, yeah, and that's why he's doing all of this. Either way, they're like, all right, let's have some food. They get the provisions from those guys, and yeah, they start eating. Okay. So here they talk about the people doing the whole scam of like the corpse, like, thing, where they kill people and bring them outside. And Kabaru is like, there's a screening process to claim the rewards from the island. That is why I don't think most of the time they'll be able to do it like that, but they somehow found a loophole, I'm guessing, or they're in cahoots with more parties than we realize. Okay, all that stuff aside, then he starts talking about Laios's group. a tall man, a dwarf, a half foot, and an elf. So here, like I said, he literally deduces the whole thing. First things first, he like the warding that thing, the hair of Marcel that was there. Um, Rin looks at it, and Rin is like, yeah, this screams honor student. It looks like it's straight from a textbook, and whoever did it wasn't used to it. Might be a magic school graduate. So getting these information, Kabru's like, okay, I think I know who this group is. So the first part where he had a little bit of suspicion was when he saw Namari. He saw Namari and he probably was like, why is Namari here? Isn't he supposed to be with the Toden siblings? So that made him a little bit suspicious. Now that Rin says that this is like textbook like magic, he's like, oh, I think I know who you're talking about. So he says like, first of all, this might be the Toden siblings. So the reasoning behind it is because both of them, like the Toden, like Falin and like Marcel, they both went to that magic school. And okay, at which his party members are like, but the one who cast the ghost warning spell was an elf. It wasn't a tall man. And he's like, yeah, that means it was Marcel who did it. And he talks about the elf that he saw with Falin all the time in the tavern. So he's like, it must be her who did it. And then they talk about like, but the fact that there's only one tall man, and he's like, yeah, that means one of the siblings, something happened to them, and they got, they got separated. That is why, even with such a small amount of party members, they're still here, and that is also why the party has like went down. Probably because a few of them left because there isn't enough, like profit in coming and like doing this whole thing. And he says like Namari already had a problem with them about money and stuff, about disputes. They like he had she used to she had problems with Laios because of that, as we saw them both of them kind of arguing here. So that is probably why she left, and maybe another one of the party members left, and that's why Laios's group is desperate and resorting to stealing treasure and food. So then they're like, but there's a dwarf with them. So he's like, yeah, this dwarf is probably a new party member. So then he says like, okay, let me think. There's Laios, there's Falin, there's Shuro, there's Namari, then there's Chilchak, there's Marcel. And he's like, one of the siblings had been separated, and so that means Shuro and Namari after that has left the group. Okay, and then he says like, okay, and that is why Namari was with them, that guy. Okay, then he talks about Namari for a little bit, says how like his father, okay, where's that part? Okay, she's the only daughter of a guy known as the arms dealer. He used to control the arms trade on the island. Okay. One day he was found embezzling a hefty sum and vanished. He said he's one of the reasons the Lord of the Island has a negative view of dwarves now. Okay. A lot of dwarves suffered because of him, including me. No honorable dwarf would want to follow in his footsteps. And then we have this guy or girl, whoever this is, says that I know about this Chilchak guy, acts like he's representative of all the half-foots on the island, is a greedy guy who insists on making contracts throughout the guild and making brokers fees. Okay, I want no part of that, so I'm steering clear. I mean, if he found out I hired a kobold, I would get an earful for sure. And the kobold Kuro's like, oh, Mick gives me food, so I'm going to be with Mick. And Mick is like, hey, yes. Like, yeah, like as you can see, like there you go. Like he or she acts as if talks bad about Chilchak, and they can see them literally doing the same thing. Like, yeah, okay. Anyways, right. Wait a minute. Okay, this is a guy, because this person, he says that I bet he's working him hard for measly ways. So it's a guy. Okay. Um, I wasn't able to figure out if it's a guy or a girl because of the voice is a little bit pitched. So there was a possibility that was a girl, but no, that's a guy. I think Home, that's his name. He says like he's giving him like like literally exploiting the kobold from like small wages and getting away with it. So yeah. Okay, so then he says that, oh, Rin, you must know about the Shuro guy. And he's like, no, I have no idea. Just because we are both Easterners doesn't mean I'll know every single person. And depending on the region, we don't even speak the same language. And Shuro isn't a name from my island. So here, Kaburu's like, I have a bit of information on him. He was a bit of a loner even in Todin's group. Like it seemed like he was venturing into a dungeon to test his skills, but he left the party, huh? It didn't strike me as someone who's concerned about rewards on strangers. Okay, all that stuff. So he deduces everything, and he's like, everyone's like, damn, you're just, like, it's weird how you like keep an eye on every single people like that. And it's like, oh, because it's fun, it's really exciting. There are countless people on the island, each with their own motives, but when the entirety different actions intersect, it sparks a historic event involving a whole lot of people. All that stuff. And he's like, I'm very interested in the Toad siblings crew because I want to like show their actual like faces in front of everyone, bring out their true nature. So this is where he talks about how Laios helped that guy with money during the gold peeling like thing, and later on like they realized that the guy was fine, he wasn't injured, and Laios didn't cross check that fact, and the guy literally like took the money and stopped adventuring and then became smugglers. So he's like, I don't want people like that to get anything from this dungeon, any significant thing, because the fact that they're so like the Toad siblings are so like nonchalant about human relationships and don't really care about other people, that is why I think like nothing from this dungeon should fall into the hands of the siblings. And if that happens, history might repeat itself. Just like during this gold peeling incident, same thing might happen. But since it's something from the dungeon, it'll be so big that it might actually affect other people too. So I don't want anything from this dungeon, which can make significant change, fall into hands of those two. Okay, like I said, like I 100% agree with him, and I can also see that because as we saw, like we heard the same thing. The orc, like the chief also said that to Laios, and the orc chief told him that you need to remember that if somehow you are able to do something significant in this dungeon, and you do become like the person who's bestowed with everything, you will have a huge responsibility. You need to think about that. You shouldn't be nonchalant about that. And we saw that he did say that to him, so I agree with him. However, I don't like the tone in which he was like talking about that whole thing. And like I said, we've been observing Laios' party from the very first episode. We've been we the audience I'm talking about, we have literally been journeying in like with them, so we know about Laios a lot more than Kaburu does. So the fact that I feel like we the audience are so much more invested in their group, and suddenly like a random ass group comes in and their leader Kaburu starts like talking about them behind their backs, is not really sitting well with me. That simple fact. But I do agree with him. But the way he is saying all of that, and also the fact that they literally saved you guys as well 2 times, and you still have you're saying stuff like that. Anyways, like I said, like I agree with him. I can agree with his point, but I don't like the way he said that, or at least it's a bit weird because for these 12 episodes, 13 episodes, we have gotten to know Laios and their group a lot more personally, and seeing some random group that we barely saw in one episode come in, and this guy talking about them like that, that's a bit not setting well with me. It's as if just think about the scenario. You have like a group of friends, and you're very good friends with them, and you know that they have a little bit of like, their own problems, their own troubles, things that they should change, and stuff like that. You know about it, but they are your group. You deeply, like, enjoy their company and you love them. And then suddenly some random ass group comes in, and then they start talking about this group like this. So whatever they're saying is true. However, it still doesn't sit well with you, because like, you know them so much more personally than this other group that is kind of saying stuff like that about them. Kind of like that, that is why. It's just, yeah. So anyways, like I said, I feel like we need to spend more time with this group, at least Gabru's group, to get more used to them, since it's barely like the first episode we actually properly got to know them. I feel like that is why, I have this uncomfortable, thing about them, speaking bad about Laios's group. But yeah, it's fine, because it is true. He's not like saying anything incorrect. He is true though. All the facts that he said, it is true. Yeah, but still, it just bothers me. Either way, that's that. And then after that, they move forward, and like, then they get attacked by those sea serpents or snake, whatever those are, and they were struggling a lot. They didn't know what to do at that point. But then these people comes in, Shuro's retainers come in, and there are like three ninjas, one Oni, and then there's Shuro and that lady, that shrine maiden. I think that's a shrine maiden outfit. I'm not 100% sure. They are here. So Shuro literally one-shots it, and those ninjas and the Oni help them out. And and then this lady, she's like, oh, you want some food, like, and he's like, no, I don't need any food. Okay, right. And this is where Kaburu's like, oh, perfect opportunity, and he's like, oh, like, I think I know who you're trying to find. I might be able to help you guys out with that. You're trying to find out Falin, aren't you? And like I said, this is where he put 2 and 2 together. When he heard them saying that he's trying to find a girl, he immediately put 2 and 2 together, and he was like, oh, so Falin is the one who's missing, and he's trying to find Falin out. So there you go. And yeah, and after that we get to see, while all of this is happening, Laios's group is lost again, and they don't have any food. So yeah, they were already dying, and now they're even more dying. Marcel is almost dead. Like, no food, nothing. And that is where it ended. So there you go. Let's see what happens. And yeah, and I'm guessing we're going to get to know more about Shuro and the people with him in the next episode. And I can make a guess. Like I said, they called him like young master and everything, so it's probably like from like a very noble family, and they have like retainers and stuff, like ninjas, and like that Oni, and that lady who was like trying to feed him, and they're following him in this journey, something like that. So yeah, anyways, and yeah, there you go. That is it. That was today's episode. Yeah, great episode. And yeah, we get to know a lot more about a few other groups and a few other characters. So let's see what happens. So that is it. Thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And there you go. That is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Dungeon Meshi. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.